Welcome back, everybody. October 10th, and I'm on a mission, to be honest with you. The Spider did something yesterday that I really can't tell you what it did, but I thought I was gone. It was bad. And I want to do the exact same thing and see if it does it again with the camera on. But what I was doing, I was trying to accelerate onto 33, the speed limit's 70, so I was going. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't, just putting down the road. But then it, I don't know, it felt like maybe I lifted a tire. Maybe I was going too quick, but it just went straight. So, we're gonna get it on camera. I don't know if it was... I bet I was just going too quick. No, see, there it is again. Right there. Okay, so I think what happened was... this thing is tuned differently than the F3. And I'm very used to how the F3 handles, if that makes sense. I have 7,500 miles on this. 7,500 miles, 7,500 miles. And so like when I was coming on that on-ramp, I was in and out of the vehicle stability system. And I kind of ride that edge sometimes with this Spider just because it's tuned a little different. And if you haven't felt it, when you're on that edge, not only does a little light start flashing saying, hey, you need to slow down, you're going too quick, but you can also feel like if you have slight pressure on the brake pedal, you can feel that brake jumping a little bit. You can feel power being cut from this thing. You can feel the bars start reacting a little different. And I ride in that quite a bit, to be honest with you. So I think what I did yesterday, when I came down and then I banked to the right, maybe it had too much speed. This thing pushed. I'm not kidding you. If you ever been in a car, my first car was a 77 Buick LeSabre. Man, you would yank on that steering wheel to turn, say, right, and it would just plow. It would just go straight. Well, that's what this thing did. But it acted like I lifted a tire, but there's no way I could have lifted a left front tire because I was banking off to the right. So what I think happened was this thing was full bore trying to whoa me up into that corner. Even though I had the corner, I know I had the corner, with this thing kicking in, trying to slow me down, stop me, whatever it was doing, it just kind of went numb. And it truly just went straight, and then all of a sudden the left front brake locked up. So I just don't know. It was unique, but I think what I just took, how I came around and then banked back off to the right, I was just too much speed. Too much speed. But I wanted to see if I could do it again, and it didn't. But I could feel that it was really on the stability system as I was coming around that second loop. Well, we got some classic choppers. Oh, you got a little Porsche up in there. So I wanted to do it again because I didn't. It's weird when something happens and you can't explain why it happened or what you were feeling. I mean, this thing was just, it felt weird. And then for the left front brake to lock up all of a sudden, the only time I've had it do that is if I've pulled a wheel and then you come down and that first start, boop, it chirps. And I don't find it a fault to the Spider. This is just, it's not an F3. It's not an F3. It's not tuned to be an F3. It doesn't ride like an F3. The seating position is exactly the same, but I mean, the stability system on this thing, it will not let you do what you can do on an F3. Now, I'm not saying you can't have fun, and if I ride this thing kind of aggressive, you can't tell the difference. But once you push it a little bit further, like I do on my F3, it just falls apart. The you know, how I ride is I'll accelerate to a corner, I'll start letting off the gas into the corner, let this thing take a set, and then I'll start accelerating out. But I won't just tromp on it. You know, I'll give it some gas, and you can feel, I mean, you can feel when the stability system kicks in, and I'll just kind of feather that and play with that and ride right on the edge. And that's what you have to do with this to get a fast exit speed, to where the F3, it just lets you. But like how I'm riding now, there's no stability system and interaction at all. Zeros, nones. That's a pretty house up there. Boom. And I think I just need to realize that if I want to come hard onto a road, I really just need to watch this thing. And it's not dangerous, it's there to save you if you go into a corner too hot. I'm just not used to it. And whatever it did yesterday with locking up brakes, that's about the most unique thing I've ever felt before in my life. You know, do I think there's an issue with this thing? I don't. I think it's just how it's set up. Oh, this is pretty. Oh, that's a little wet. We're gonna go a little slower through here. Really pretty. You know, but if you're looking at an F3 and you're an aggressive rider, but you also want to do some touring, I don't know if I would buy the F3T, to be honest with you. And this is why, and this is what I was really torn against. So the F3 and the F3T look very much alike, even though this is built on the old RT platform. I've said it a million times. This thing is more comfortable because it does have that adjustable rear shock in the back. But how you sit on this, how your partner sits on this, it's the same as an F3. So you have the same amount of room, even though this is longer. So if you were torn between an F3 and this, get an F3, put a different rear shock on the back, get some shad bags, get a rack, throw a dry bag on it, put a decent windscreen on it, and be done. And the reason I say that is if you're kind of an aggressive rider, the F3 is going to perform a lot better. And if you're really just wanting to get out and throw miles down, just buy an RT, to be honest with you. I think there is a place for this in the lineup. Don't get me wrong. I mean, that's why Harley makes two versions of the same bike, but they're different. You know, this one is feet forward and the RT's feet straight down. There's a lot of people that love that feet forward feel, like myself. But you can do that on an F3. Now, I think this would probably be cheaper than buying an F3S and doing all of that to it. But if you want to go out and play hard, the F3 is the one to get. Oh man, if you could smell the smells. Dude, some of this high octane fuel that's being burnt, this is crazy. This is cool. This is cool. I got like goosebumples. Goosebumples. I'm a gearhead, so this is just like, I dig it. We got an old Ferrari up there. I couldn't. I mean, who in their right mind would break this pack of cars up? I should have turned the camera on sooner. This is a big bunch of cars. I dig it. I can still smell the fuel from some of these cars. I'm gonna have to go home and just watch this video and watch these train of cars go by. Look at them up through there. Just gorgeous. All the sounds. Heck yeah. Yeah, and I'm recording. I better be recording. Check that one out right there. Too wicked. Be very quiet. Let's not scare them. Dig it. I will wait in this line. Oh, I hear him. Yes. Look at all of them. Yeah, buddy. These cars sound amazing. I'm gonna follow them. Oh. Get it. These things are gorgeous. I'm gonna follow him. Wow. Fantastic. Man, those cars sounded good.